Welcome back to Patch Fish, ladies and gentlemen. Number one in sports, NFL edition. Hit you with that beat. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get right into it. I'm looking at that was week 5. Another primetime game for them. I was about to say Chiefs. That was that 3:30 game. I think it started a little bit later than uh, than the other 3:30 games, as in the Panthers with is it Kawaka and Calamar, Geno Schmidt show. That was disastrous. Them Cardinals need DeAndre Hopkins. They need to go back to what they were doing last year. I don't know if there's any difference, but shit don't look too good for them. I tell you what. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about every single other game, and then we'll add some fantasy into it. Commanders Bears, that game Thursday night, October the 13th. That game was something else. I caught the majority of that game. There's like last 7 minutes I didn't catch it. For me, I was like, no way the Bears loses. The Bears, but the Bears found a way to lose it. They were in the end zone a couple of different times. I think one of those Justin Fields got picked, and then they went for it on fourth. I'm sure they decided to run it. I mean, me personally, I would have gone for the run. If I would have gone for the run, I would have done it with Justin Fields. Maybe a fake or an option. Because Khalil Herbert is pretty fast. If you decide to go with the option, it's gonna be really hard. Because the other thing is Josh Fields, one of the better scramblers. But when you're at the one and stuff, it's a little bit more difficult. But still, if you're gonna go for a run, I feel like that would have been a much better option. But they didn't. They just decided to try to get it in there, and that shit didn't work. I don't even think they went with Herbert. I think they went with Montgomery on that one, and that shit did not work out for them. Carson Wentz with the dub with the Washington Commanders. Sure, they're 2-4 right now. Not too pretty for the meter, but they're somewhat good. They have injuries all over the place. Samuels, I'm pretty sure, is playing with injuries. Turi, I'm not sure if he's playing with injuries, but I thought he was questionable sometime last week or this week. And then obviously Jahan Dotson. I have some shares in my 12-team fantasy league. I did have shares in a 14-team or two, but I decided I'm not gonna take the risk and keep him in both. I'm gonna go ahead and make a trade, and it actually worked out today. I decided to trade him for. Actually, it was proposed to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It was Juju for John Dotson. At the time, most would probably say John Dotson is the better player because Mahomes come out and saying he's probably gonna give it to a certain player every other week, and but yeah, this week it paid off for me. That's my first trade, I believe, that paid off for me. 3-3, not a great record, but our league is pretty competitive, and just having a decent record. There is one person who's 6-0. He's on that Philly stat. But yeah, he's got a pretty decent all around team. He did have two, but two out now. Ravens Giants, them Ravens, they find a way to fuck it up every single time. They will give them a lead and they'll find a way to give you a W. I tell you, as in the other team, they'll find a way to just pretty much hand it over. And this time, I don't know if I can defend Lamar Jackson, to be honest, because Lamar, even though he obviously he's a quarterback, but and then Drake actually played some pretty good football himself too. I feel like this was his best game. I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing J.K. Dobbins out there too much. Let's see how many touches he actually got. He wasn't out. J.K. 7, wow, 7 carries. That's somewhat shook us. That's why you didn't get to see him that often. But he looked pretty good last week, so it's in there. And the Giants with Saquon Barkley, man, I feel like they're just wanting to just. I mean, I know that's all they kind of have, obviously, with him being their key player. Um, One big thing for them is Wandale, the rookie Robinson, came back from the injury. Maybe if Kadarius Toney comes back healthy, they're gonna have another target. The other one player I was hyping this guy up to is Richie James, because he had really 3 really good games, but then again, they had the majority of their players out there, so he wasn't being like followed like that. With when Sterling, not Shepard, Sterling Shepard, when he was out there, and Barkley, so they pretty much spread the coverage out all around, so it's probably easier to get him the ball. But now since Wandell is back, I'm pretty sure he's going to pick it up a little bit. And Darius Slayton, I thought he would probably do something too, but not too much. But still, they're getting the wins. 5-1, shocking. Yes, everybody should be shocked. If you ain't shocked, then you're not from this time. You are from a different time, a time before dinosaurs or something, or you're from the future. Is what I'm trying to say. Uh, Terrible joke. Joke went wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible. But man, yeah, this craziness. Look at this right here. There's a 6-0 team, and a 5-1 and a 4-2. All these teams play in the NFC East that were shitty. I'll tell you, shitty as dog shit back in 2022, back in them COVID-19 days. And look at it. Just look at it. I'm shooketh. Still shooketh. 6-0. Obviously, one of those games was today. I believe against any other team, both teams would probably have a higher chance of winning. Probably against almost any team. Any team, as in even the Bills and Chiefs. And those are the top, in my eyes, with even though they went off against each other today. That's another shocker right there. The Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Bills always had pretty good defense, but their defense even looks a little bit better. Obviously with the addition of Von Miller and them Chiefs, the Chieftains, their defense is actually looking good too, but they've I can't even say the word, incorporated, let's just say that, but they've included blitzing, a lot of blitz packages into their defense, which they weren't really too much with that. They were also missing a DB, so a rookie had to step in, and it wasn't too pretty because I'm sure it was on that right side. Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs both had a long touchdown in that area. Man, this dude, Josh Allen, is the craziest white athlete out there. I know that's. Let's be real though. When have you seen a quarterback like that? Play like that? I don't want to bring race into it or none, but Josh Allen ain't playing like no white quarterback. Like I said, I ain't trying to take a race, but this dude is he's not a natural quarterback, as in the sense of what? This dude's legitness, man. If you've ever hated or tried to hate on Josh Allen, you can't, man. Man's his legitness. He can find his targets. If he can't find his targets, he runs. He even jumped over. He hurdled a player today, and that shit was nice. And then he's also got those. Oh, and their tight end came back too. Like, man, this offense and defense, obviously is. If they can get past the Chiefs' playoff time, then nothing's gonna stop them. We can look at that real quick. What's gonna stop them? What's gonna stop them? Maybe the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe the Cowboys. Those are two really good defenses, actually. Not to talk about, or the best, probably the best defense, even though their best guys are out. 49ers. Now that I look at it, I mean, the NFC's defenses are stacked, but those offenses, I don't know. Like the Eagles, I feel like I mean, they did face one of the better defenses, and they showed they can ball. Even though they somewhat stumbled at the very end, they still showed they can ball. James Bradbury, Johnson, they just got, Reddick. They just got defensive players all over the field. Two corners, safety, line guys, linebacker. I mean, they got people everywhere. Is what I'm freaking trying to say. And I don't know, they're another team that's gonna be hard to stop. Once it comes time. But then again, playoffs is a different story, I tell you. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they haven't been really looking too great. 3-3, and the Packers 3-3. That's craziness. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady losing in the same game or same day, ladies and gentlemen. Craziness, I tell you that. Another crazy thing is the Falcons are 3-3 as well. That's like shook us to the shookest highest level. I tell you this. I tell you that. Um, Also, a rookie technically beat Brady today. Well, it's not like it's rookie, quarterback versus quarterback, but still. Uh, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, it was Kenny Pickett's, but actually Mitch Trubisky, Mitch Trubisky. He didn't look too bad at the very end. As Claypool said, he came out and he did his job. He did his job to an excellent level. I don't know what's up with Kenny Pickett, to be honest, but Joey B almost took another L2, and then the Indianapolis Colts looked like though the game was done, and then Alex came in to save the day. He came in, him and Matthew Ryan. I was putting some hate on Ryan's name, but that's because they were looking shits in the beginning of the season. But then again, Jonathan Taylor not playing too well. He's not. He's literally not playing because he's freaking injured. And the Browns not looking too good. Might as well just sit down, Deshaun Watson, not let him play for. No, I'm just kidding. But to be honest, Browns, Ravens are two teams that I feel like should have more wins. Maybe two more wins. Actually, I feel like the Ravens could easily be undefeated. You give them the Miami Dolphins win. Today's freaking win they blew, and then they blew another one. I forget what that one. I feel like the Miami Dolphin one was the easier one to win. So, like I'm saying, man, they should easily. See, that's the other crazy thing is Browns versus Raven is next week. And with the way Brissett has been playing, man, he's like it's not. I don't know. He's just not. I don't know if it's a consistency or what the hell it is. It's bad, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. Like for a little bit, he looks a little bit consistent, and then he throws the interception, and there goes the whole game for him, and it just that's not gonna work. Oh, and the other one that was a really big one was against Josh Allen and the Bills. I believe that one was a prime timer, but that was what 2 weeks ago, so I'm not 100. Why wouldn't that be a prime time, right? It's Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. And then I guess they still have some pretty good wins against the Jets that are doing pretty well, Patriots that just beat the Browns without their top quarterback. Actually, Happy Zappy, looking like he could be I don't know, man. He looks pretty. Looking like you can play some ball, man. Gonna see what the heck is gonna happen with that. See, Bill Belichick says, because I was hearing that Mac Jones was actually going to be starting, but he didn't. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today. I didn't even really talk fantasy. I guess we could look at the scoring leaders and then we can call it score and leaders. Score and leaders. This just quarterbacks all around. Dang, Joey B, Joey in the bag. Joey getting the points. Joey winning games for his fantasy managers. That Joey. Joey in the bag, man. 28 for 37, 303. Carry current 5-1 rushing touchdown. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Then he came in doing the TD touchdown dance or the tight end when the spinning of the ball and all. Well, actually, everybody does that, but whatever. Then Jamal Chase finally having himself a big game. I actually gave up on Jamal Chase and I decided to give him up for some other players like who did I give him? Cordero Patterson, Robert Woods, some other players. Oh, Mike Williams. Technically, it wasn't a bad trade because Mike Williams has been fantastico as of late. I mean, I know Keenan Allen's out, but he's been crazy good as of late. I'm happy to have him as one of my top wide receivers. Like I said, I technically have Juju too. Brandon Cooks. I guess when I first drafted, Brandon Cooks was supposed to be my guy because I went heavy in running backs. It's okay. I mean, it's maybe I should have decided because I feel like I could have gotten Diggs, but then again, I would have missed out on who would have I would have probably missed on Dalvin Cook, but then again, I would decide to try to get wide receiver, and then Tyreek Hill with how much he got 30. Brandon Ayuk's been pretty good this year, to be honest. 8 for 83, 2 touchdowns. They still got the loss, but fantasy wise. Fantasy managers were winning by winning. And Deion Jasson, this dude came out of nowhere and started balling. Then again, I say Taylor's out, Hines out ever since that freaking concussion. That's crazy. 3 Indianapolis Colts are in the top 10. Michael Pittman, Matt Ryan, and Deion Jasson. Then you got Josh Allen in there too. Stevens, I don't believe that Stevens would be in this the higher ranking or higher score players as in point wise if Damian Harris, who I have some shares in. Um, but yeah, that's what it's looking like. Dang. But the Jaguars should have gotten that win. I think the Jags would have. I mean, Indianapolis Colts would have still had an opportunity to kick a field goal, but they lost by a freaking touchdown, which shook us. It was a shook us. It was shook us all around. But yeah, sabotage out.